Director on proceedings this morning, Your Excellency the French Ambassador to Botswana, the Resident Director to BS Botswana, Mr. Neon Walker, the Senior Vice President of Operations to BS Global, Sergeant of the Sales, Mr. Paul Rowley, Mayor Paul Mozambique, Head of SME Division Standard Chartered Bank, representatives from Anglo-American, representatives of GBS, Chief Executive Officers, heads of operations and institutions, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my dear business colleagues here present this morning. Good morning, Dumelang. Let me say that one is absolutely delighted to be here this morning, and one feels very comfortable at this very important and I must say unique gathering this morning. It has filled me with absolute delight, and I am very happy to be here this morning. For us at the Ministry of Trade, addressing gatherings the likes of this one is a great affirmation that we are carrying our mandate to the fullest in being a partner, but a very special type of partner, a kind of partner who is there to facilitate that your doing business happens smoothly and with ease. The Ministry of Trade and Industry, and indeed my minister, do recognize the importance of working with you as facilitators, as having been charged with the responsibility of creating a most appropriate and most responsive legislative and regulatory environment, so that together we can create wealth, and so that together we can sustain our economy. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I wish to start by saluting DBS for this initiative. And I want to say to the DBS group of companies that they have been absolutely smart. In fact, they've been very, very smart. They've been very diplomatic about it, but I dare say this is a master stroke. DBS understands very well that for them to sustain their businesses, to maintain the profitability, in order to get a return on their investment, they recognize that they can't go it alone. Very much in the same way as Botswana would like to be surrounded by bigger economies. In other words, we do all that is in our power through our various associations, be it at SADC level, for regional integration, be it at SACU, the Southern African Customs Union, to ensure economic development in a diversified regional economy, so that we all can march forward and sustain and get the best out of our economies. The BS have recognized that simple fact, that on its own, they will not be able to sustain themselves. They, like all of us, need one another. And I am delighted this morning to reflect on the fact that the economy really doesn't care how large or how small you are. The economy needs business drivers, economic drivers. As long as you are part of the drive chain, that's what the economy needs. Very much like if you were to look at an elephant, a lot of people like using the elephant to a model of explaining lots of things. If you look at the elephant, it has perhaps the longest nose of all in the animal kingdom. But if you look at its nose or its trunk, the trunk is never used for what the tail should do. The trunk is never used for what the ear should do. The trunk is never used for what the foot should do. The trunk is never used for digestive purposes. The trunk has got its own uses. It's a long nose. It's also an instrument or a tool that grabs and brings food to the mouth. And the economy behaves like that. So it is quite in that, in the same vein that the economy recognizes the net worth of your contribution as a business person. So today, as we address the small, medium, and large enterprises this morning at this very important forum, we must understand that in terms of our contribution to the economy and in terms of our contribution to the livelihoods of other businesses, either larger or equal to or smaller than yours, the economy recognizes you as an equal input provider. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one cannot but applaud the peers again for having given us the opportunity to come together this morning and for me to officiate at this very crucial business networking platform, which has been given the term or the name Vendors Day 2030. This is an annual event, the second of its nature, and we are delighted that this is a sign that we could actually sustain this very important forum. We have a very interesting theme, and the theme for this year's forum is promoting business and service delivery linkages between small, medium, and large enterprises. Members of the private sector have congregated in an open space here at this wonderful venue provided thankfully by yourselves, the Bureau of Standards, for meaningful and complementary business relationships that are essential for business growth and sustainability in Botswana. And this, meaning the forum, is a recognition that together we are strong as we face external competition that is together in this economy. The intention of the 2013 Botswana Vendors Day event is to facilitate a networking platform for SMEs, large enterprises, to form business and service delivery linkages across these sectors. As you are aware, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Botswana's SME and informal sector constitutes up to, if not actually larger than 80% of the business sector, and collectively makes a considerable consideration and contribution to the nation's GDP. However, the entrepreneurship growth and access to longer-term contractual services of this sector is still wanting. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dear business colleagues, this is an area where the platform wishes for us to take advantage and improve upon. Director of Ceremonies, in 2012, De Beers launched and sponsors this Vendors Day forum or platform, and this was ahead of its relocation to Botswana, so as De Beers will be able to meet the members of the business community, to inform the business community of their move and to demonstrate that there is a wide business community in Botswana to work with for its employees and its partners. This initiative resulted in good business-to-business exchange of valuable information and promoted strategic partnership towards firms' competitiveness and firms' sustainability. And ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Trade and Industry wishes to strongly associate themselves with this initiative. It is therefore the objective that the Vendors Day 2013 brings about the same level of business engagement, harnessing greater partnerships, and the intention of this platform this year is to promote networking among businesses to improve business connectivity and complementarity, to provide for businesses to relate and discuss topics of major or common concern and to improve the local business environment and the ease of working together through these networks. And to provide new business opportunities for startups through complementary spin-offs that would result from the business environment, and joint ventures in order to enhance profitabilities of firms, competitiveness of firms, and sustainability of our businesses. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me take this time to recognize and thank the BS again for its role in economic development and its visionary leadership, for having initiated this important day at this important forum, and for making sure that the Vendors Day continues to receive preeminence in its annual activities. I further wish to associate myself personally and the Ministry of Trade and Industry with this initiative that is the Vendors Day platform that has been initiated by the BS group of companies. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the government of Botswana recognizes the key role played by the private sector, which is why we have, at least if one can remember from several national development plans, we have termed the private sector as our future engine of growth. This is with a very keen understanding, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that government might be very strong at providing services, particularly primary services, but government is very inefficient at doing anything